Welcome student in our virtual classroom. Today it is my 28th lecture on engineering mechanics. Here I am going to discuss the general three-dimensional motion where an object or a rigid body is rotating simultaneously in different orientation with a different angular velocity. I am starting with a numerical based on a electric motor where the motor is spins about its axis. Again, the entire setup is also rotating with respect to another axis. And here we have assumed two different coordinate system. One is the fixed reference coordinate system, another is the moving coordinate system. So let's proceed to the topic now. Today I will discuss solution of a problem where a motor is there and it is at a fixed angle with the horizontal plane. This angle is not changing, means there is no angular motion with respect to the x-axis, and the disc is rotating and disc is attached to the motor shaft, and the whole assembly is rotating about vertical axis. Now we can assume two separate coordinate system for simplicity of calculation. The first one is attached to the moving or rotating reference system, small letter xyz, x, this is y and this is z, which is attached with the motor. Along the motor axis it is the z axis, and perpendicular to that is y, and parallel to the horizontal floor it is the x axis. And other reference system we can assume her capital X, Y and Z. Z is the vertical axis, Y and X is the horizontal axis. Now if we assume that with the y axis, capital Y axis, this Z axis means axis of the motor always maintains a fixed angle gamma. Then as usual the there is an angle between Z and Y also. Two different angular motion due to this, and the overall motion this due to this n. Now we have to find out the angular acceleration of the disc, and the velocity and acceleration of a point A on the disc. You see that there is no velocity component in x direction. Two velocity is the angular velocity is there, one is in z and another is y. So entire velocity are on yz plane. In x plane, x direction, there is no component. And like the other problems, we will note down the given data where OC and CA value that is given, and we will assume that along the small x-axis means rotating frame, rotating coordinate system, the unit vectors are small ijk, and in the fixed coordinate system, capital Y, X, Y and Z, the unit vectors are capital I, J and K. Now we know that in that case there is a relation between these two coordinate system. In kinematics of rigid body also we have established this equation. where k, the unit vector along the z axis, is a function of j and k, j cos gamma plus k sin gamma. We have proved this, we have explained this in kinematics of rigid body. Now, from the given data, the angular velocity, this omega 0 is equals to 2 pi n0. N0 is the RPM of the motor that is given. So direction along z means unit vector is small k, and the N0 that is given is 120 RPM means 2 RPS. So substituting these values, putting these values, we are getting 4 pi k radian per second. And the overall the setup is rotating about the this vertical about this z axis, which is 2 pi n again, this n, and the direction is along z axis means unit vector is k. So it is 2 pi k. Now we will try to find out the angular velocity, means resultant angular velocity of the disk. There are two angular velocity, omega 0 and capital omega. The value that is obtained is 4 pi k and 4 pi k. So the resultant is the summation of these two angular velocity. So just add it and substitute the relation between k and jk. Substituting that, we are having this relation, and then finally omega is a function of j and k only. Then now we can draw the velocity diagram. Omega 0 along the z axis, this z axis, small z, and this capital omega is along capital Z. Now the resultant omega is the summation of these two. So using the vector parallelogram law, draw a parallelogram, then this is the resultant. On the other hand, if we consider the small letter coordinate, then also this is omega z and this is omega y. So again the resultant will be the same, omega. So whatever coordinate system we choose, but our resultant will remain same. So as per this diagram, we have shown that in both the cases, in both reference system, same direction and magnitude we are obtaining for the resultant angular velocity. Then to find out the angular acceleration of the disk, just go through the time derivative of omega. And we know from the Coriolis conceptions, in the last lecture I have explained it, that omega dot is equals to the cross product of capital omega and this omega. So go through the cross product and we are having alpha equals to 68.4 I. So the direction of this alpha is along x-axis, small x-axis, whereas no velocity component was in the direction of x, but the angular acceleration, that is in x direction. Now we have to find out the velocity of this point A, and that's why we need to know the radius vector of the point A. So to obtain the radius vector is from the origin to A, this is the summation of this plus this. This is along z axis, the dimension is OC, so OC into k is the unit vector, OC into k, and this is along small y axis, or unit vector is j. So CA into J. So resultant radius vector is equals to CAJ plus OCK. Substituting the value of CA and OC, we obtain R equals to 0.125 J. Writing in meter, it was 125 millimeter equals to 0.125 meter, 0.125 J plus 0.25 K. To obtain the velocity, we know the relation V equals to omega cross R. Substitute omega, that in the last slide we have calculated the omega value, and this is the R. So going through the cross product, we are having V, velocity is minus 0.192 pi I. Again notice here that this velocity also in I direction, like the angular acceleration. Then finally it is the angular linear acceleration of A. And we know there is two component of angular acceleration. One is the tangential component, another is the normal component. Tangential component is caused due to the angular acceleration alpha, and which is equals to alpha cross r, and normal component is due to the angular velocity omega, and this is equals to omega cross r, or this omega cross r means V. So finally A equals to alpha cross r omega cross B. Go through the cross product and substitute the value of alpha that we have obtained, and the R, this is the R value, and simplify the equation, and we are getting that angular the absolute acceleration of point A is a function of J and K. Means in the there is a component in J direction, means a small y direction and small k direction, that is equals to minus 26.6 J plus 11.83 K. The references that I have used to prepare this video is showing here. I have completed my today's lecture here, and in the next lecture I will discuss the conception of precision of rigid body dynamics. I will expect that in the subsequent lecture also you will follow similarly and response. Thank you for your patience and listening to the lecture. Thank you.